So yeah, it's been a nice moment. I know I simplified the designs a couple of time. But if we were to design the entire product, probably, and because our meeting is like an hour, 2 hours, or an hour and a half per week. So there's no way I can design and explain at the same time without taking too much time. Yeah, so that's why I made it this simple. I just picked the key flow, which is the booking flow, and every other flow, you guys can come up with it yourself. Yeah, my notice is no. So yeah, so handing off, yeah. So the strength of your handing off is just as is just as strong as your setting up. Yeah, so everything you set up at the beginning of the project, that's the assets basically, is what you'll be handing off to your developers. So what developers are basically coming here to do is when they come to your assets page, or maybe call it this either design system page or assets, whatever it is, yeah, whatever you call it, I just prefer calling it assets. Yeah, because design system is larger. And you can have a design system on one page, yeah. But sometimes design system can be an actual project. Sometimes just assets, okay. So icons, I think I use Phosphor. Was it Phosphor or Feather icon? I don't know. I do not label the same. How did I? Yeah. So so first things first, your icon sets. This is probably if you want to document it, you can document it, or you could just write. You could just label your section. I just call this. I can't. Remember, I think it's. I'll confirm. I just call this Phosphor icons. So if a developer comes here and sees this icon set, he knows that okay, um, I'm looking to use Phosphor's icon. Yeah. Let me go back to my patient's flow. Hold on. Yeah, now check. You can yeah. This is a free page. Let me go back. So if you had access to dev mode, this is a free file. So that's why I can't access it. Yeah, so more or less like if a developer, oh my gosh, sorry, give me a minute. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I was saying, if a developer clicks on this icon, yeah, it usually shows the name of the icon that I use. So this is showing calendar check. So that means if the person goes to Phosphor icon sets and searches for calendar check, this particular icon will come up. Yeah, so there's how developers work. They most times import all these icon sets into their their development environment, the idea. So that's why most of the times it's they prefer when we use one singular icon set. So whether you're using Lucide, whether you're using material icons, whether you're using Phosphor, whatever it is, yeah. As long as it's constant, uniform, they are usually happy with it. So they can just import this particular icon set to their development environment and just simply import when needed. Yeah. So first thing first, that's the reasons why we have to just search on the community, yeah, that Figma community for an icon set and then import it into our Figma file. Yeah, so that when developers come in, they know that okay, our icons are consistent. Yeah. So if I could this is a free file, but if I could display dev mode, yeah, it usually shows the name of the components or of the icon set. So they will see it here. So it's easy for everyone. It's easy for them to pick items from this file. Yeah. So that's why I said the strength of your handing off is just as important as it's just as strong as your setting up. Yeah. So assets. That's first thing is icons. So import the icon set and either you label it. That's if you don't have access to your developer. But if you're working hand in hand with your developer, you just tell them verbally, okay, I'm using Phosphor icon sets, and everybody, all of them will understand it. I'm using Lucide icon sets. They're going to understand it. Yeah. So you could see the name Vandex. This is how it is on their actual ID. Yeah. So let's go. So that's out of Handoff icons. Logo, they could come here to export. They can usually come here to export go. But sometimes in some weird cases, they might ask you for a zip file. So probably if you design it yourself, you could just export the logos into a zip file and just send to them. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes they need it. Sometimes they can easily download it. So you tell them the fonts you are using. P3. Yeah, I would show us something that's going to help. As a plugin that you can easily use to export something very fast. Okay, why this happen? Yeah, so these buttons they can easily come here. So they click on this button. If they click on, sorry, not prototype, they click on their dev mode here. They can most of the time, so all the time, you can usually see the value of the border, the padding. Yeah, so once they click on your button states, yeah, your buttons that you have created, I could just click here and they could see, okay, that's the padding side, horizontal padding of 16, vertical padding of 12, font size of 18. Yeah, it's usually going to show on dev. So you might not need to clearly indicate everything. Once they click on, you can see everything. So that's why auto layout is always advised. Use auto layout for your buttons. So when a developer comes here, they just pick the colors. They see that, okay, I'm going to show how to export colors and text very fast. So this is your developer going to appreciate you for it. What I'm going to show is a plugin, but I want to do that last because it's very easy to do. So yeah, you don't need to do anything. Once you set up your input states, they come here, they click on it, just basically inspects that what we call it, just basically inspects your design. Once you use auto layout, it's very easy. So you can see app for they set it in their developments. Yeah. They click on this view, they can see the padding on all sides, the gap. Oh, the gap is 7, should be 8 actually. You could see the padding on all sides, you could see the gap, you could see the height, whatever information here, easy for them to pick. So that's how they pick input fields. So you don't necessarily need to do anything. What you have to do just design the what do you call it? Just design the fields, design the how it should look, and they'll come pick it up from here. Yeah. So the interesting part I'm going to show you is how do you export text and colors, text XS. I think we have different about this is 9, 10 of software. This is like 14 of them. Yeah. We also have colors. We have colors for light mode. We have colors for the advanced colors. And they don't need all these colors, yeah. But most of the time, you don't use all the colors. But in situation where you use all the colors, you can come pick it up from me. But it can be stressful because you have to start picking the colors one by one. Yeah, so there's a plugin, yeah. I'll probably share the link to the plugin. And the name of the plugin is I will make it. I should delete one of them. It should be Tailwind. Delete this one. Yeah. So Tailwind. Name of from the plugin is Tailwind color palettes. Yeah. So what that does is you
Can you
can
type it on
add presets.
the sorry, please to cut you off. The
Sure, sure, sure.
plugin, please can you type it to the group? I can't
Okay.
see it clearly.
Let's see
Time
if I can
code.
copy it then. Tailwind color palettes. Let me. Yeah. Let's see if I can copy. Yeah, I can copy the link. So you can just click on the. I'll send to the group now.
Yeah, thank you.
Tailwind. Tailwind color palettes. Tailwind color palettes. Palettes. Also with the link. Also, Figma will not show you the. Sorry. Okay. Tailwind color palettes. Let me send it with my phone so that to show the sorry, easy to you can find. Give me a minute. I'll send to the group. Stop image. Yeah, for the meta for the cover image. Give me a minute. So okay, so let me go back. So you have seen it in the group, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what that does is you could import presets. Yeah. I don't know if I showed this the last time. Yeah. So if you want to import presets, if I just click on add style, it adds all the click on it here. It adds all the Tailwind color styles at their default styles. So that's they have this slate color, they have gray, they have zinc, they have neutral, stone, orange. So you could just import Tailwind color system to your design directly with this plugin. I know they showed how to import, but it's not sure how to add presets. You could have all this color inside your Figma file directly. So when your developers come, just like, oh, you're using stone, you're using zinc, you're using gray. You don't need to start picking up your colors one by one. Yeah, so just having the default colors that they can work with kind of always speed things up for them. Yeah, but something else that is beautiful that these guys can also do. I showed you how to import. You go to their Tailwind website, you could copy, you could generate a Tailwind color palette, import the code, paste it here in Figma, and everybody's happy. Yeah, I think I showed the example. Yeah, so it looks something like this. It's almost the same thing. So for this case, I just generated the color code, the Tailwind on the Tailwind website, UI website, and then you paste it here. Yeah. Then the last is exports. So this is where your developers will like it. Yeah. So you can export JSON files. Yeah. But most of the time they request for JSON files when I tell them I can do this. But most times an average developer does not, an average designer doesn't do this. Yeah. So sometimes I'll just ask them, okay, do you prefer it in CSS, JSON? Most of the time they ask for JSON files. So I leave it at JSON. Yeah, so you could see all the colors I have, all the light mode, color, that's background, surface, border. You could see them all here, background, surface, border. And you could see it all down, all the colors we have right here in dark mode. So what we can do is that if I export this code, you can see download file. I can either copy and send them directly in their DMs, or I could just download the file. You can't see it though. Let me just say, let me call it smart here color, the smart here color, I'm for the color styles. I'll send to the group now so you see it. Smart care color styles. So if I save it, I can come to the group and let me, or for developers DM or email or whatever mode of communication, I could just come here and paste it. I don't think it will allow me to paste it JSON. Yeah, okay. Let me start. Let me try this. Will it allow? Will it? Yeah, it did. Yeah, so you can paste the JSON file. You see it on the group now. Basically, all the colors that we are using on our Figma file, we've exported them as code. So your developers can import it into their design, their development environments. So instead of having to pick out the colors one by one, you are basically just exporting and giving them the color system free of charge. So you are saving them a lot of time and energy. You want to ask a question? I thought someone said. No, okay. So that's one very beautiful way of exporting colors, yeah, in Figma. Then the others is text. So you can see other code here. If you click on the drop down of other code, although you can't export as a JSON file or download the file directly. For colors, you can copy or download. But this one, the hand is raised. You be ask.
Okay, so with colors, right? You said
Mm-hmm.
we can import the colors, right? We can import the colors, but
Mm-hmm.
how how did you how did you okay, is that presetting it like the preset you were talking about? Because when I was checking, you had, like you said, you had border, you had background, you had primary, you had
Mm-hmm.
all of this, like it was labeled. And when I saw you, when you opened that, should I call it, interface to import, it wasn't really labeled like that. Like, how do you
Okay.
label it?
So there are two. So this would make me have to start the process of that. So do you remember when we talk about when you know we created this color? What do you call it now? How we imported all this color. What am I? I remember how we
No, I
did
was
it.
not.
How we generated this color stuff. Okay, let me just quickly do it. I promise. So I have to stop sharing and share my entire screen. Give me a minute.
Okay.
I need to share my entire screen for that. Stop sharing. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Good. So yeah, so if you remember, so the first step here to generate your colors here is to first have your brand color. I mean, okay. So in this case now, our brand color is this particular shade of green. I don't want to break it. I'll just go directly into it and copy it. So this shade of green, yeah. So this website is called Tailwind CSS color generator, blah, 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 blah. It's just a standardized way of generating colors. So there are different ways, there are different color palettes you can use, but this is like one of my favorites. So if as I copied the brand color here and I pasted it here. Yeah. So what that this is, you can see it's Pelovos. That was the color that we have here. Yeah, so it generated this color palette called Pelovos. Yeah. So that if I want to import this color palette, if I want to import this color palette that is generated, yeah, what I have to do is to come to exports, and then I can just copy to clip this color code that it gave me here, or this I can't remember what to call it. This code that it gave me, X code that it gave me, I can just copy it here, copy. Then I come to my imports. I have to first create these curly brackets, open and close curly brackets. You can ask the question. I know. The answer is Manuel. I'm guessing that's a mistake. Okay. Yeah. So to import, basically, I will first add the curly bracket. Because if you paste it directly, it will tell you no style. Please check input, like an error state.
Like I want to type it down. So I lost my connection.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
So I said, can you tell me the site you went to paste the color code? I know of the site. I just need to know what the site.
I'll paste
Yes,
on
this site.
UI
Okay.
UI colors
Okay.
app.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, UI color dots. I'm just pasting directly. UI colors dot app. Yeah. So you can copy. So I pasted the brand color here. It generated the color code. I can export. Yeah. So if I export, it gives you a code that you can import in Figma. There are different kind of codes. Most of them you have to pay for them. But you don't necessarily need all these guys. You just need this X code that is free. These guys, I don't think this will work. Will it work? Let me try it. I've not tried this before. Let me see. Will it work? Nope, it not work. So just copy. It's very the first code you get. Tailwind 3. Just copy it. Yeah. Figma. What is it? Nope. So just copy it. Yeah. Come here. Paste it. But if you paste it directly, it will give you an error for some weird reason. So just add a curly bracket to the front and to the end of the code to show you immediately. So if I add style, it automatically adds because it just duplicated what was there before. This was how I imported it initially. But it just basically adds it to your Figma file. You get?
Okay,
Do you understand?
understand that part. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what
yeah,
about
yeah. So what? So this one's
What about the
we created them.
Mhm.
You're talking about these guys, Abi. So this one we did them manually. So we're like, okay, what do you want for our background color? We want white. Okay.
Okay.
What do you want for surface? So this was not random. I think we used, was it gray? It's gray we used it. I can't remember again. How come I don't have any dark? Okay. So I think we used gray for that. Let me see. My no, two colors. Yeah, so gray. Uh, yeah, so if it's not gray, then to be stone. If it's not gray, then to be zinc. Um, yeah, FEF, right? Yeah. So basically, we use zinc as our natural color. Yeah. So we picked zinc. First is FEFE. So we copied zinc. We created a color style called it surface and pasted zinc. For border, we used F4. That should be 100. Yeah. So we picked for 100 the next level of the next shade of gray. Yeah, we pasted it in primary text. We used the deepest color, that's 950, 1990. Yeah. So 0909. So we just basically created it and pasted it directly in. Although there's another way you can also use AI to do this. Just tell AI to generate like a Tailwind, what do you call it again? Tailwind V3 code. Yeah, that has using zinc as a color, as the neutral color, generates for border, generate a color system. AI can generate that. So you can just copy that code and paste it here just the same way. You can use AI, but if you can be messy, so you sometimes you could just do it manually. Any other question? Or did I explain this well? So you can, okay, I think what I could have done was if I
Yes.
added this style,
Yes.
yeah. You can also add this style directly from here, add styles. Mhm. So it will add all of them, all the styles, the tail with default styles to add them. Yeah, so you could just delete the ones you don't want. So I think I don't want to use slates. I can delete slates. I think we use for zinc, right? Yeah, zinc. So I can delete gray. Yeah, I can leave zinc. Neutral. I don't need this. I can delete this. Mm-hmm. Not this. Can delete this. I like this. Yeah. So same is done. Yeah, but if I want, I could leave these other colors. Why is not doing so? So like, if I want, I could just delete the ones I think I don't need out of all of them. I leave the ones I feel I need. Yeah, it's usually imports a couple of colors. So you could leave the ones you don't want. You could delete the ones you want. You could leave the ones you want and delete the ones you don't want. Yeah. I could just delete it. Just keep deleting it. Let me delete yellow. Let me delete orange. I think we already have something to don't need line. You can leave green. Well, let's delete green. Let it come out. If you want, you can leave, can take out. Just delete it. Then just delete them. Take we have time today. So just delete the ones you don't want. Yeah, left that. Yeah. Okay. I think we already have red already. So yeah, we have red. Yes, also it added it twice because we had it before. So let me delete this one. It doesn't duplicate. Mhm. Yeah, you can just delete all the ones you don't need. Just take out all of them. And leave the ones you need. You probably don't need everything. Yeah, so we have something simpler. So basically, because you're using zinc as a neutral color, all these colors will then use zinc colors for this. So you keep picking the colors from just keep picking the colors from here and paste it inside the style, the color styles. That's correct. Yeah. So next is the exports. I was talking about export. This for exporting colors. So if I export this color, most of they want RGB, they want JSON. Exported out sent to the group. You can also have other codes. The other codes is basically text. So you could see all the text styles that we had. That's all these text XS, text SM. You can see them here. Text SS with their line height 16. So with the you can see the thing, their width rather. Or width. Yeah, see 12, 16. See them 12, 16 extra lights. XS, all the XS, we have all the SMs, all the semi bold, all the extra lights, normal bold. Thing. So it basically just gathers everything together. Yeah. So if all I can do is scroll to the end, and I don't know why there's no button to directly copy it. What you can do is manually is you could just come here, come to the front here and just copy it directly. Yeah, they'll find out how to use it. You don't need to stress yourself about it. So just come copy and send to them. Some might use it, some might not be able to use it, but I mean it's not bad to send to them. You just let them know that okay, you're attempting to help their life, help them rather. If you just copy this code and send to them, yeah, as well. It might be useful to some. Not all of them might be able to use, but it might be useful to some, might not be useful to some, but it's good to have to send to them. Yeah, so basically, especially this color, you basically help them a lot, especially in all the colors parts. Yeah, you're basically helping them a lot by being able to export as a JSON file. Yeah, and send it to them directly, so they don't need to come here to pick all the colors one after the other. Yeah, and makes everybody uniform on all boards. Yeah. So, any questions so far? Guessing not. See, questions. Is there any other I can show? Am I missing anything? Yeah. So make your design as clean as possible. Use auto layout. They can indicate all the grid lines and all the spacing manually. Yeah. Once you use auto layout, it's very easy to see. Let me see. Am I missing anything? I'm just checking. Hopefully, I'm not missing anything. No, I don't think so. Yeah, and then prototype as much as possible. So you don't have a lot of questions. You don't want them to keep asking you questions all the time. So prototype as much as possible. Yeah. And leave notes where you can. So if you want a particular flow anywhere, that especially when you're not directly working with the developer, yeah, you could leave notes. You could drop. There's a widget. Yeah. Where is it? There's a widget called. Let me just search for it. Sticky notes. Okay. Why are you slow? Yeah, so you could see sticky notes or annotate. Okay, so you could just drag in your open notes. So once you click on it, it adds directly. So you could type things like, let's say, what can we type? Just leave a note for them. It could be something like ensure colors are consistent. So we just leave it somewhere here for them. So once they come on this page, yes, once they come here, it's just like, okay, what did you say? So you don't need to vocally see everything. Yeah. Just by typing it here, they understand. I could also duplicate it. I could say something like maybe add skeleton loader for information. It does not directly say anything to this. I'm just giving an example. So wherever you need notes, wherever you need to drop notes that you want, whatever is not clearly stated, yeah, or maybe you can prototype it directly. Drop notes for your developers as well in Figma. So just drop all the sticky notes wherever you need notes while they're developing. Yeah, okay. When they're developing, they come here, they read what you typed in, and everybody's happy. You can also change it to large. Yeah, so if you want them to see it very well, you can make it large. Yeah, in case of that medium. Yeah, and it's cool. You can also change the color as well. In case you want to color code your message. Yeah, it's fun to do. It's fun to have. So yeah, so any question? Basically, that's it. Most of the times, if you are opportunity to work with them directly, they will usually tell you what they want. Yeah. So any questions so far? But I think that's all. We don't have so much. We don't really have so much talk on this. Any question? You can also have all these user flows. Basically, the way we did it here, yeah. You can have it here as well. Because most times developers think with logic. Yeah, developers think with logic compared to designers. They do more of logical thinking. Yeah, so if you have it step by step written this way, I can know, okay, this is the flow, right? Then I can see the matching screen to the flow. So this is also very useful for developers to work with. I don't have this here. This is also very important for developers to work with. They would appreciate it. Yeah. So any question? I think I've said everything I can't think of on the spot. Yeah, there's also something they usually ask for regularly. So if you have a settings like let me quickly create something. Uh, let me see splash. Yeah, let's put a random picture. So if you do something like this, hold on, no, this will not work. Let me say something like with auto layouts. Let's say something like the image the designs. These are just few cases. So if I add an auto layout to this text, yeah, enter auto layout, let me make it bigger. Design, let me use the largest layout. Yeah. So let me add padding. So let's say padding is like 80. Let me just take it up. Manually just do it this way. Left. So let's say like 148. Yeah. So fill it. So if I add, so if I want to add this picture to this auto layout, you can just copy. I think I showed you a lot of times. You just click on the image, click on the color, the image layer on that field. Control C, click on your auto layout, Control V. They paste inside it directly. I can add colors. You can add more layers on top of it. So black, I make it darker a little, make it blue. Yeah, make it dark. White. Add a value is good. Yeah, add lights. Add light is good. Make them into white. can still make it deeper. So let me make it. Yeah. So most of the times, yeah, I just created something. So what I did was the entire shape itself is an auto layout, meaning I can't individually export the image without exporting the text alongside it. I don't know if you get. So I added an auto layout to the text and then added image to the auto layouts. Yeah, so most times the developers won't be able to export this directly. But if I export this, it's going to export it with the text. Yeah, so most time what they usually ask for us is that they ask us to separate this, so create it separately. You can make all the size fixed. Yeah, and then just delete the text. Yeah, so when you have things like hero section for landing page, especially, yeah, you have something like a hero section for a landing page, or something like this exactly, something like this background. With this background here, yeah, your developers can access this image directly without exporting the text with it. Yeah, so what you can just do is come here, duplicate this card, so that with your alt button. Duplicate the card with your alt button and bring this here. Yeah, so what you can do is you can make all the sides fixed, so it does not scatter. Make all the sides fixed, this is already fixed. Then delete all the elements in it. Yeah, then you can also delete the corner radius. So now you have one flat image that they can come pick it up here or export from here to their Figma file, to their for development. Yeah, so same thing I did here. Yeah, so there was a text. I could add other items here. I could add other items here. Yeah. So for easy access for developers here, you'd have to separate this background from the auto layout card. So, do you guys get what I did? Tell me, give me feedback if you understand what I did. Did I take that as a yes? So do you get? Yeah, I'm guessing you get. Yeah. So yeah, so I think that's basically everything about auto layouts. That's basically everything about auto layouts. Sorry, that's everything about yeah, sure, Emmanuel, you can ask about Handoff.
So how do we send it to the developer now? Once we are done with our work, how do we send it to the developer? How do they have access to our work?
Yeah, in the Figma file. Once you give them the access to Figma file, they can manually download most of all these things. Like all this now, they will build it out. These components, they will have to build it out. So things like images, yeah, icons. You don't necessarily need to export all the icons. Since if you click on that, they say calendar check. Since they go to import the colors, the icon set to their development ID, you don't necessarily need to export all the icons you used. It does not really, you don't need to export all the icons. They have access to it. So things like what's problem check. What do you need to? So they'll come here, design or pick all these things manually. Well, sometimes some weird situations. Sometimes they ask us to, like, if you have illustrations that you've used, that they want us to zip the illustrations, pick as many illustrations as you used, put them in a zip file, probably label them, and send it to them. Some few occasions they ask, but most of the times they don't ask. I prefer those that don't ask because sometimes you can just download it here directly. So some I ask, they'll have to click on maybe download these 3 illustrations. Or if you have your original, okay, another scenario is if, for example, now you don't want quality loss. Yeah, like probably a photography, there's an actual photography or you downloaded a stock image. Yeah, you don't want the quality to get lost because sometimes if you put it in Figma and export it, the quality might in some cases reduce. If you want the quality to reduce, you could send the image directly to them. But if quality does not matter, you can leave it, you can comment to download it. Basically everything here is accessible. So that's why I usually go to set up with existing design systems, like those icon sets, colors. So it's easy for everybody to set their easy for developers to set their ID up. You don't just ask a question, you can ask Manu.
Okay, another question is, how do you like add this design system and all of the design screen to the Figma community?
Okay, like how I exported this Figma file to the community, right?
Yes. Exactly.
That's not, I think I showed the last time. So if you share, this file is already exported. So it would be, actually, let me use a file that I'm working on something. Let me just share, let me use it for example. So you'd see, come on, load. You see publish to, when you click on share, you see publish to community. So you can start filling out all these, you can start filling out all this form. Yeah, then they publish. So the same thing. I've updated it already. Because this one is already published to the community, that I can show you. Yeah. All right, cool.
Okay, get you.
Any other question? John? Go ahead, your voice. Yeah. Any question for you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
my
check.
question. Sorry, where did you get
Sure.
your illustrations? Like, where did you get them from? Is it AI generated or there's a site for it?
Yeah. I used AI in the previous class. We used AI to generate the illustrations actually.
All right.
Yeah. So we just created a JSON style guide and told AI to use that JSON style guide to create illustrations and requests. Yeah, so that's why they all look similar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't in the last class. So the JSON style guide, how do you go about it? I'm sorry I'm dragging you back. I just want to get the idea behind the whole JSON stuff.
Okay, come. Let me share. Let me check for. Let me look for this the illustration, the ChatGPT chat. So I can just put through it. So far.
Okay. So you just prompted ChatGPT to generate the illustration for you, right?
Not direct. Give me a minute. Let me check for. Let me check for the chats on ChatGPT. Yeah. So can I see the chats? Can I see this? Yeah. So during the class that we generated this, yeah, we found an illustration style that we liked. Yeah, and I was like, all right. So I think we like this. It was I think it was from Pinterest also. Yeah, so just cropped it to just show to just show the illustrations alone. So what we now did next was this was the prompt. Create a JSON style guide for creating these illustrations. So I can create custom illustrations with it. The brand color for the style should be equivalent prompt is better. We just say something like, yeah, basically this is the idea of. I think I was rushing that day. Yeah, you could tell ChatGPT to generate a better prompt, but more or less this is the idea of the prompt. Create a JSON style guide for creating these illustrations, so I can create custom illustrations with it. Yeah, the brand color for the style should be this was the color our brand color. So you could have multiple brand colors. You could probably add like 5 or 4, 3, whatever brand colors there is, or 2. Just add them here. So you now share, here's the structure, JSON style guide, blah, 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 blah. So it generated like a code, basically. So the style name is soft minimal editorial illustration. So it's basically just created a style guide. Yeah, based on that. Yeah, so that's what I said that using the JSON style created, generate an illustration for a relaxed user booking an appointment on their phone with subtle visual cues that imply speed, availability, and no waiting. I think I used ChatGPT to generate this prompt. I think so. Yeah, so I pasted this prompt, generated this. Yeah, so I think I know I edited it. So made the calendar clock icon also. So it kind of edited it too. So I did generate an illustration for account created successfully. So I told it to basically just edited this basically. Okay, delete the card and the text. So that's what we have. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So that was
I
that.
guess
Yeah.
it's not. I guess it's not. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you can create as many illustrations as you want. Just prompt and tell it what you want. Yeah.
Oh, are you using ChatGPT Pro?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, you can only generate 5 images. Maybe it's
I,
good one.
yeah, I have a subscription for ChatGPT. That's what I could. But yeah, so basically it's the same idea that you just free or Gemini, whatever it is. You have to first create a JSON file. So what that JSON style guide does is create like a template for you. Yeah, so it creates a template for you to work with. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how we created the illustrations. Any other questions? I'm guessing no other question, right? Okay. All right. All right. I think we can record tonight. Yeah, since I think we've covered basic and most of the times the best handoff is communication. Yeah, talk with your developers, don't ghost them. If they have questions, ask. Yeah, so communication is like one of the best you can hand over or work with your developer. Yeah. So I'm guessing that's all
No,
for
so
tonight. Okay.
before we go, will you be
Okay.
available during the night, during the week?
It depends on where you're inviting me to.
No, just random chats. Like there's this assignment I was given. There's this task. So I don't know. I was given to like read the product requirement details, and this will be my first time working with a PLD.
Okay.
So maybe like breaking it down. So maybe I'll send it over to you during the week. They haven't sent it to me yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So can you just help me please break it down for me so that I can have an idea of what to work on.
All right. All right. No problem.
Yeah.
And just let me know once you need my attention.
Okay. I'll message you. I'll message you on WhatsApp.
All right.
Um, I sent